In this video, we are going to see how hub works. So what we will do first of all, we will go to the devices. We will select one hub and put it up in the main workspace. Then again, we will go to the devices. We will go to the end device. Select a few of the devices. I have taken PCs. I'll take 4 PCs now. So I am taking 4 PCs. After that, we are supposed to make connections. So if you are new to the Cisco Packet Tracer, you can always go in for the this type of connection, which is automatic in nature. Automatic means that by default it will select straight wire or the cross wire depending upon the kind of devices you are using. After we are done with the assignment of these PCs, then we have to assign them few IP addresses. So I'm going to the first PC and I'm assigning one IP address to it. I have taken 10.10.10.1 and you need to click tab. Once you click tab, then it will assign the subnet mask by default to the device. And after that, you will just press the cross. You need not to save it anywhere. It by default saves everything. Then similarly, I'll go to the second PC. I will use the IP address from the same class and it is 10.10.10.2. Here I'm sticking to 2. Fine. And similarly, subnet mask is automatically assigned. After that, I'll go to the third device, go to the config tab, go to the internet, fast Ethernet port, assign a new IP address. It is 10.10.10.3 and subnet mask is taken by default. Similarly, I'll go to the fourth device and I will assign .4 IP address and subnet mask is assigned. After we are done with this, we are done with the IP address configuration, we are done with the connections. Now next thing that we have to see is that how does the hub transmits the data from one device to another. I have taken PC0 as the sender, I have taken PC3 as the receiver. And you can very well check out the status here. It shows successful. But if you check out for the simulation also that how does the data packet travels and how hub behaves for forwarding their data, you need to go to the simulation mode. From here, you can. I'll go again. I'll click on this. This is real mode, the one which we can see now, and at the back of it, you can see the simulation mode. I'll click on it and I'll go to auto capture play. When I go to auto capture play and I press this button, you can see the simulation or the you can say animation which is happening. Data packet is there on the hub and hub has transmitted it or you can say broadcasted to all other packet all other devices have discarded. Only PC who has reverted back is PC3 because the source was PC0 and destination was PC3. So if you want to check out again, I'll do it again for you. For that, I'll delete the scenario. I'll go to the packet again. Now I will change the source. Source is PC2, destination is PC1. Okay, so what you can see here now is that when I go to the simulation mode, I click on auto capture play. PC2 will send the data to hub. Hub will broadcast this to all other devices, right? You can see messages are forwarded. Only this PC1 will be accepting it. It is replying back. Others discarded the message. Again, message will be broadcasted to all the devices. Two devices like PC0 and PC3, they will discard the message. Only PC2 is putting up a tick on it, right? So this is how the hub broadcasts the message. This is how the data communication happen with the help of hub. And this, as you can see, that it looks like a star also, so we can refer to this as the star topology also. And one of the major disadvantages of using hub is that whenever you are using hub as the central device, it broadcasts every data which is coming through it or going through it. And the other disadvantage of using hub is that in case the central device like this hub goes down, then your entire topology will be down. And this topology that we are talking right now, we call this as the star topology. Just need to remember it. We call this as the star topology, where hub is used as the central device. With this, we are done with the video for today. Thank you so much for watching.